Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a special reading for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Capricorn, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link, my official Instagram and TikTok, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Capricorn, I hope that you're doing well. This is your 2026 overview forecast reading. I'm going to be using two decks for your reading today. The first one for the overall energy is going to be from the Soul Coaching Oracle deck. And for the tarot portion of the reading, the Artist Decoded Tarot. The cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. That was quick. This is your overall energy. Number 38, which so beautifully reduces to an 11. 11 is this gorgeous card of synchronicity and is a divine master number. 1111 is something we often see. It kind of signals to us that our spirit guides are here, that they're looking out for us, that they're trying to communicate with us. The card that you got is playfulness. And the number 11 in the tarot corresponds to the Justice card of the Major Arcana, the Libra energy of fairness, karmic balance, karmic justice. It's almost like this sigh of relief. Even as I took that big breath, it's like some of the karmic lessons you've had to learn have finally come to fruition. And it's like it came to a crest, and now we're going back down into this valley and able to enjoy ourselves, perhaps for the first time in a long time. This playfulness card, it's funny because there are a couple of Capricorns that, even though Capricorns are often known as the kind of workhorses of the zodiac, very diligent, very tenacious, the Capricorns I know have such funny and wicked senses of humor, very sarcastic. A lot of the Capricorns I know personally. So there's this, it's kind of like making my cheeks like kind of ache a little bit because I'm smiling, because there's this sense that there's a little bit of lightness to you. There's a lightness, even the light that's kind of coming in through the window and shining on the girls here just feels light-hearted. Maybe that's the approach that you're using in 2026. You're just not gonna, it's like water off a duck's back. Spirit's giving me that expression. You're just really not gonna let it affect you, whatever it is. I'm just really not letting it ruin my vibe, ruin my peace, not doing it. And I can kind of relate, because when I just recently went on a trip with my twin flame, which was wonderful. And when I came back to work, and kind of another kind of reality set in, I was like, I'm not gonna let things stress me out. I can't do it anymore. I can give the same level of commitment to work and to things in my life, but I'm just not gonna react with the same intensity or emotion that I used to, because why are we doing that to ourselves, right? It's a difficult thing for a water sign to do, but I just want to laugh more. I want to be more lighthearted. I want to be happier. I want to be like this. And I feel as though, Capricorn, maybe this is the sense that you're feeling coming into 2026. I'm going to pull 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier. The first set of cards I'm going to show you are going to be what you're releasing. The second set, what you're welcoming in the new year. And the third set of cards will be advice from Spirit and what you are going to embrace. I am not taking any reversals, any cards that come out in reverse. I am switching them to the upright. This is something that Spirit has really encouraged with me in the last couple months. I've always read reversals, but in this, maybe for this year, Spirit doesn't want me to read any reversals. There's a million ways that Spirit can channel messages, so they don't even have to do with the cards. So I'm just going to honor what Spirit has asked me to do. One extra card came out. I'm going to take it. It's part of your overall energy. It's really beautiful, and it makes sense with the playfulness card, lightheartedness, 9 of Cups. Wish fulfillment right here, 9 of Cups, blissfulness, satisfaction, contentment. That's what this card is all about. And look at this character here, like just kind of really sitting calmly, being calm, and just embracing everything as a blessing. Spirit just said everything is a blessing. Our challenges, our victories, our successes, you know, our diversions, everything, all of it. I just feel as though you're taking it all in. You're looking at the view, and everything has value. It's almost like I see all these cups up here, like they're well, it's really weird. Spirit is showing me the scene from Twilight. I hope that a lot of you have seen Twilight because it's so campy and ridiculous and amazing. There's a scene in Twilight where Bella is in Edward's house, and there's a very particular piece of artwork on the wall that's all graduation caps. And for some reason, Spirit is showing me that particular artwork of the graduation caps as this kind of emblem of time, of accomplishment, and every single experience was worthwhile. That's how I see your attitude, Capricorn, and it's quite lovely, to be honest. Feels good. So, okay, so let's see, 1, 2, 3 major arcana out of 6 cards. Not too shabby. What are we releasing? Number 2 of the major arcana, the High Priestess. It's interesting. Why would we? I love the High Priestess, so it's kind of like, what would we be releasing with regards to the High Priestess? And one of the attributes of the High Priestess, who is psychic, who is all-knowing, all-seeing, one of her attributes is that she's mute. So it's almost as if I'm no longer going to stay mute about what it is that I see, hear, learn, intuit. I'm going to be more vocal about it. I'm going to be more forthright and communicative. So I see you leaving behind the days of when you were just the passive observer. Not that Capricorns are that passive, but maybe in certain circumstances, with family, with friends, maybe, you know, in certain situations, you just kind of sat back and kept to yourself. And I feel as though I'm not doing that anymore. Capricorn is saying, I'm not doing that anymore. You could be dealing with a Pisces because I felt sometimes when I channel messages, I'm clairaudient. It's claircognizance and clairaudience are probably my top 2 clairs. And when I feel resistance from someone that I'm reading for, and I don't know who I'm reading for because I don't necessarily know you, but I feel resistance from somebody's energy out there. And the way that I know that is because it's almost like Spirit puts pressure on my eardrum and it starts to kind of pulse and thump in a very uncomfortable way. And so when I said, you're leaving behind the days where you were just mum and quiet about something, I think Spirit was telling me that there's somebody out there that doesn't like the idea of that. I'm not saying I'm not forcing you to speak. It's not about that. But I think there are just going to be certain situations where maybe before you sat back and said nothing, In 2026, you're just like, nah, I gotta say something. This is ridiculous. Or, you know, now Spirit is showing me activism, being an advocate or an activist. So maybe there's something politically speaking that you're speaking up for, speaking out against. Take it as it resonates. Maybe you know that your heart tells you you have to do it, but you're resistant. Again, I'm not sure. And I'm not telling you that you have to do that. What I am saying, though, is that I don't have to tell you anything. Your heart will tell you. There's something stirring in your heart that wants to be spoken. Because now Spirit is drawing, like, even when I put, it's like Spirit is drawing my attention to the heart chakra and the throat chakra. There wants to be energy that is circulated here. Speaking from the heart. Thank you, Spirit. To clarify that High Priestess, the moon, number 18 of the major arcana. These two are very heavily water signs. With the High Priestess here, it's Pisces. You could be dealing with the Pisces. You could have Pisces placements in your chart. What you're leaving behind with this, the mystery. You're not going to be somebody who is seen as a mystery. Things are going to be front and center. I'm going to ask Spirit what this is about, because it's very specific that these two cards came out as something you're releasing, and that they both represent Pisces in the tarot. Pisces is the mythic, the mystic. Space that you might not necessarily be comfortable with, but a space that we all have access to if we want to. Can I have a clarifier, please? Thank you. 2 cards. Wow. 2 big cards. Well, this card is really big, number 19. So from 18 to 19, moon to sun. Anytime I see the moon and the sun come up in the same reading, much less the same kind of area that we're talking about here, about what we're releasing, it's eclipse energy. Anytime the moon and the sun are in the sky together, most often it's because there's some kind of eclipse. And during eclipses, really wonky things happen. The sky turns color, the animals go quiet. I've experienced eclipse sickness. Very strange energies. But the sun in and of itself is a card of prosperity, illumination. So it's almost like these two sides, and now it would make sense why my ear was throbbing, because these two sides of you are kind of contending with one another. You want there to be light shed on a situation, but there's still mystery behind it that you're trying to reconcile. And then comes the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is the little spy. Card of curiosity, of asking questions. Spirit just said the word interrogation. What's that about? Interrogation. Could be really... I don't know what expression I want to say right now, but it's like holding someone to task. I don't even know what that means, really. But it's almost like calling somebody out. Calling something out. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. I think it has to do with the things that you've been quiet about thus far. And for some people, it definitely will be advocacy or activism. There's something stirring within some Capricorn out there that it's just like you need to speak up, because your heart is bursting. You need to speak up. You want to speak up. There are things that have been remaining in darkness that you want to shed light on. You're trying to learn more, to know more, to educate yourself. Right? You're leaving behind the days when you were silent. And we step right into Capricorn energy with the King of Pentacles, what we're welcoming now, the fullest and most mature and evolved versions of ourselves. King of Pentacles is very stable, very secure, confident, knows who they are. They have a kingdom to run. They built, it's like self-made, Spirit just said, self-made, built themselves up. Clarified by the number 7, the Chariot. This is incredible. Cancer energy. You have a lot of water energy here. It's like your emotions are stirring in a different way than they have been. 2026 feels like it's going to be a very beautifully, emotionally potent year for you. The Chariot card can talk about travel, but it more talks about this mastery and this hard control, this mastery over the, what does it talk about? The mastery over the light and dark aspects of the self. When we can master our shadow, we can master our light, it's like we can steer the chariot in any direction that we choose. We can charge forward with confidence. That's why it's called the card of victory. Because we're beelining it. We're not taking any diversions. We're beelining it straight to this place of satisfaction, of contentment, of fulfillment. We're just going for it. We're being brave about it. But we've put in the work. The Chariot suggests that you put in the work. And what does that mean? It's like mastering your shadow. It's like acknowledging that you have a shadow. Acknowledging that there are things that may be vulnerabilities for you, that might make you feel weak from time to time or less than. We all feel that. But then it's kind of looking at those things and saying to myself, is that really true about me? Or is that just a story that somebody told me that I just internalized? That I'm not a good friend, I'm not a good partner, I'm not a good person, I'm not a good artist or an architect, or, you know, like a good at speaking out, or whatever it is. Just fill in the blank. Can I have a clarifier for what we're welcoming? What is Capricorn welcoming? Yeah, number 4 of the wand suit. 4 of Wands is, again, another card of building something, building a solid foundation. I like to talk about the 4 of Wands as like the 4 legs of a table. We're building something sturdy, a sturdy foundation, so that we can rise higher and higher and higher. It's also known as a portal energy. We're walking through to the kind of next level, next dimension, next quantum leap of our own experience. Also known as the 1111 card, and you did get the 38, the 11 at the beginning. So you could be seeing a lot of 11s. Take that as a sign and an acknowledgement from Spirit that they are with you and that they are supporting you. What is the advice from Spirit? What are we embracing? I mean, you go from the 9 to the 10. 10 of Cups, blissfulness, happiness, everything that speaks to what makes you feel fulfilled and alive and in a space of pure gratitude. And also in a space where you can share that gratitude with other people. Right? I see this family, friends, soul tribe. I do see, though, the clarifier is the 2 of Swords, which can be a little bit of indecision. So it's kind of like, once we've reached what we consider the pinnacle, what do we do next? Where to next? How can we possibly top this? And I kind of feel like that's such a Capricorn way to look at it. How can we outdo ourselves? Spirit is now showing me like a financial statement. It's like we made such a massive amount of money last year. How could we possibly top it this year? How could we possibly do that much? It starts with the belief that you can. Start with the belief that you can, and then move from there. Instead of, it's impossible, there's no way. Both of those don't really cost you anything. It's just a perspective. It's a perspective shift. What are you going to be basing your future on? What foundation will you lay in order for you to keep rising? Right? I feel as though there's a little bit of doubt creeping in here, and Spirit wants to point it out to you. To just say, please don't get stuck in that place of indecision. Don't get stuck in that place of analysis paralysis. One final word from Spirit of what we can embrace. What can Capricorn embrace? Two cards came out. The Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands, right? It's interesting because Eight of Pentacles is a card of where we invest the majority of our time, effort, energy, and resources. Often it can talk about a workplace scenario, and it doesn't have to. It just simply can refer to investment. And I was just talking about, we made so much money last year, how could we possibly outdo ourselves? With the Ace of Wands, Spirit is giving you the green light, the catalyst energy, the inertia to say you absolutely can. It's just about being diligent. It's about the belief and the investment that you put into something. It will return back to you. So it's not too far off of where you naturally reside. You're a hard worker. The thing that shifts the needle is the embracing of the new beginning. Embrace the idea that you can have this and more. So that's your overview for 2026, Capricorn. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Capricorn.